do you do the studies without running into this
judge to rule that it's okay?
No, judges can't undo laws.
No, they can rule that a certain case is an exception.
Okay. No, judges can't. No, they can't. That's not how court works.
No, they don't. They dictate based on precedents and the existing laws.
They have
a combination of the two.
There's precedents for making loopholes for research. There's precedents for making loopholes for research that we react.
But Mel, is there a desire for this?
Precedents.
No.
There is precedents in the courts for making legal loopholes for science that reactionaries like yourself can't limit science.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are up to $385 in super chats. That means Crispy Treats almost going to get 200.
I forgot
Keep pushing. She deserves better. Do better.
Yeah, y'all need to do better. I haven't even Hold on a fucking second.
How many animal rights
activists? Shut up. This is not about you,
man. Crispy, shut up.
I'm giving you an answer. Do you not realize how many animal rights activists?
Hold on, Melanie. We're talking about Crispy.
Can we shut up, Chomo? Thank you. I know I'm late for my own stream that started like an hour ago, allegedly, but I don't know. I forgot what I was going to say now because the Chomo was talking.
I was talking about Crispy.
Not you.
We got $385.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Come on, guys, do better. If I leave here and I haven't met my match, y'all should be fucking shamed, for real. Because right now, I only am matching, $50? And we've been here how long? And this pedophile came up here and exposed itself so that you could be entertained and to support Crispy. So send in some. I heard something now.
How much is this to kick me again, Sarah? Like for the night again?
I'll do it for free. I mean, there's lots of people probably now that would.
But like Sarah, how much is it to kick me? We got to raise money here, right? So let's remind.
$100 to kick Furby right now. This could be a collective.
Honestly, and this is the best shot you have at regaining any sort of like standing as not a pedophile is to try to spend this into money for Crispy. So you better sell your little ass off.
Holy smokes, tough time.
No, I'm saying like this is
still at 100% on the poll, by the way. I might as well just end it. It's not moving anywhere.
I'm actually disappointed. 21% came in saying Mel for the win. 79% came in Mel for the L.
So what's it feel like to have a creepier audience than me?
I feel very disappointed. I'm very disappointed.
Yeah. Those people better if you're for the creepers on tomatoes, you donate too to try to get some reparations or repentance for your people.
Outcomes for kids, then I'm totally
shut the fuck up, Chomo.
So
I know you're triggered.
8 votes came in saying that Mel took the win. I'm disappointed in those 8. Whatever 8 of you came in for that so far.
Those are smart people who comprehend things. I love them.
No.
Well, that's only 8 out of 44.
Everybody comprehends what you're doing. Look, everybody comprehends what you're doing. This is not an intelligence thing.
That many of your audience is smart.
We can see what you're doing, Furby.
You can try, but at the end of the day, you're just being a reactionary snowflake in the face of something that could actually help.
I don't think this is snowflakey. I think these are protective parents. That's what I see. Don Juan coming up with $1.99.96 because I dropped 4 already. Thank you, Don Juan.
Yeah.
I think you are speaking to 2 incredibly protective parents to start with, and they will do any and everything to protect their children from freaky ass doctors trying to like insinuate their kids should do X, Y, and Z and weird shit and promoting dumb fuckery. That's just plain dumb fuckery. Like, no, I'm not gonna
fuckery. It's creepy perversion.
It's gross. It's gross.
I can't think. Can anybody else on the panel think of one possible reason that this would be a proposal?
Your kids encountering creeps on the
Shut
internet.
your little pedophile mouth.
I think
Can anybody else on the panel think, or in the chat, think of one hypothetical reason that this recommendation would come up aside from Mel's a creep wants to do things with kids?
If your fears of an accountable institution leads kids to encounter creeps on the internet, then I think you're self-defeating and you're just neglecting your children in a borderline abusive way.
So, okay.
I'm abusive now.
All right, you have to separate the two because the creeps on the internet, that is kind of like out of control beyond the means that I am given, right? My means that I'm given are like my abilities to protect in ways on the phone and the control of the internet at home, the laptops, the things like that. Not to say it won't go out there, but the actual controlling factor comes down to me having conversations with my child and talking about weird, creepy people on the internet like this who might try to tell you should jerk off in front of them and it's okay, and don't tell your mommy, and to send me these pictures. It's okay. Everybody does it. It is my job as a parent to inform my children of the fucking creeps on the internet. However,
you make a great
what
point.
would be a bad parental move is to teach them that it's okay to be in front of a doctor talking about sex shit like this, or
You have to
doing
talk to
sex
doctors about
things.
sex shit.
Not like this. Not about porn.
Okay,
That's not
Sarah,
okay.
let me-
If I took my
I wanna
child
try
to
to
a
build a
gynecologist
bridge.
and my gynecologist said, yeah, if you touch yourself here,
Hey, you
you
wanna
do
fuck?
these things and you push your fingers around this, that's fucked up.
What if your child has questions
No.
about how not to hurt themselves while using something like a dildo?
That's what your parents are. They're fucking.
Parents don't always
Pause,
have the
pause.
answers.
Pause.
Okay,
Pause
Sarah,
the
you make a
fuck
great
out of that.
point. You make a great point in that.
Mel, I'm gonna need you to
No,
cam up.
No, stay. Let
for
me
this
respond to her
conversation.
for once in your fucking
You
life.
can't
You're so
possibly-
insecure. You can't just let me answer.
Oh my
Sarah,
god.
can I please answer you without Flow State interrupting?
I don't
I'll
know
be-
how much longer.
Because you make a
I
great
can-
point, and I really actually want to point out
Keep
that, like,
contributing to the Crispy Treat Fund, ladies and gentlemen.
is
We will
all for
keep this
Crispy.
going all night.
so
Literally,
you
we
make
are
a
only
great point.
entertaining.
He had
you.
to come
You
on
make a
dildo
great
night.
point, Sarah. And if only I could have a chance to point out that, like, yes, you don't have control over what they access on the internet. You do have more control over the doctors. That's why it's technically better. That's why it's technically safer for them. And only if we can show that they're less likely to look at porn on the internet if we give them this alternative, do I think it's a good thing. I don't think it's necessarily saying to them that looking at all pornography is good. I think it's saying it's only good when you're looking at this healthy form of pornography. And I think it draws a contrast between the way the pornography on the internet is.
I think you're projecting your untethered access that you had to the internet and all the negative and shitty journeys that it took you on onto this situation and onto this circumstance right now.
You're the
I
one
think that
projecting because I never had that.
Ideas
You're the one
of
projecting
how
because I never
people
had that.
access
abusive
and
adults around
engage with the internet is informed by your own negative interactions with the internet. And I think that maybe you should take some time and decouple that from your
And get out of those chat
You're
rooms.
the one who
You're
needs
too
to
old be in
decouple
there.
your dirty ass mind from what I'm
We
actually
know that
saying.
you don't like Pokemon or Bob the Builder. Get out of those forums.
Sarah, I appreciate that you asked me at least a question I could answer. And I do think that, like, while you are good intentioned, and I'm sure you're going to do your best, at the end of the day, we can't
Moral
trust
high
all
ground.
parents to be able to address this appropriately with the tools they need.
There is no addressing it. Like, again, okay, number one, it comes down to the parents. Okay, the parents have full control over what goes in with their children. So on
Rachel's
and
like,
so
these
forth.
fucking Americans are wild.
She loves it. She's entertained. She was bored earlier. She's entertained now, at
Well,
the very least.
fortunately, Mel is Canadian.
Yes. Yeah, we're half. Well, where's the kitty cat from?
And
Kitty
old
cat or-
Joe, there's a question from the audience. People want to straight up know what happened to you when you were a kid. And I think that's a legit question.
No, that's too far.
Yeah, let's not go there. But Don One comes in with a $4.99. After Castro took Cuba, he sent teenagers to work the fields. The population went up the next 2 years, controlled by government institution. What the fuck?
Disanalogous.
LOL. And then Arbiter coming in with the $2. Furby works at Subway.
That's why I
That's a
killed
big
Sure.
foot long.
Kirby loves fudgesicles too.
It's like so old. I'm surprised people are still referencing that, but fine. Like that's kind of funny.
Oh god.
Boys, you understood the reference, then it did its job.
So what's your
Well,
ideal
it's
age range,
Well
Mel?
spent.
Oh, I like people above 25 because now that I'm 33, I just like people who prefrontal cortexes have finished developing.
Interesting how you overcompensated for your
No, like I mean, like people who are still act like kids, even if they're over 18, just they're weird to me. Like, I
but
don't
people
wanna be-
over 25, do they want you to curate their porn? Don't they come in with preconceived preferences?
Would that be analogous to what I'm talking about?
Yes, it would. It was sarcastic
Okay,
for
you're
them.
an
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
You got it now.
And Don Juan coming up with $1.99. Furby teaching ideology of gender.
Wow, I wish they could tell the
Glenn, will
difference.
you stop being helpful to this shit?
And then Glenn says, so if porn is bad, then why do we have laws allowing the production of it? Certainly we have laws allowing the production of it, but we also have age limitations for a good fucking reason, because our young minors are not developed enough to fully comprehend and understand all of this shit.
Adults are allowed to make their own bad decisions. Kids should be defended from adults who want to do bad things with and to them. That's the
And
difference.
if cigarettes are so bad, why do we have laws allowing it? If alcohol is so bad, why do we have laws allowing it? If
driving's dangerous.
If I don't know.
Elvis died pooping. We should probably not allow that.
Having enough rope.
Yeah. Look,
Good thing,
I'm just
good thing
saying,
that
like,
Mel's
I was thinking
preferences
this
for a
day,
partner.
we can't.
Good thing-
We all agree we can't rely on kids to self-regulate with these things, right? Like that's
we
what
can better than we can allow you to. Like honestly, kids will self-regulate better than having adults curate and moderate and provide this shit. That's creepy
bullshit.
as fuck. At
No,
least,
that's
at least
seriously like fantastical thinking. That's not how kids operate. They go by what their impulses are
Look,
because they
how
don't
about
fully
this?
understand the consequences of
What's a
their
really
actions.
gross example? Like gangbang porn. I don't like gangbang porn. Don't like it. Never will watch it.
Sure.
I self-regulated just automatically. Nobody had to teach me this. No fucking weird adult had to give me other kinds of porn. I
you
just don't
kinda
like
had
it.
to be aware it existed and
Some things
aware
are
of what it was
automatically
like.
in place. The fact that you don't know that some behavior is just not appealing at some point tells me another thing about you.
Yeah, I don't think that works for like all kids and all porn. Like if you're expecting
Obviously,
that
it
to
didn't
be
for
what
you.
prevents kids from looking at porn, it just doesn't work that way. We see kids still look at porn on the internet to this day because they have access to the internet. Where
There's no way out of this paradigm. No matter
yes,
what
but
anybody
Okay, let me
says,
ask
they're
you
gonna
this.
suggest it.
Would these kids openly watch this porn in the living room with their parents there?
No, of course not.
Why?
Because it's shameful.
Hippie Opium makes a good point. I haven't seen a loving gangbang. Could you curate some positive,
Yeah, that
uplifting
wasn't on the
gangbang?
table. That wasn't, so it's disanalogous. But like, here's where I agree with you, Sarah. Like maybe we should keep it shameful to look at porn unless people are telling you this is the good porn to look at, because that's when it's curated to be healthy.
How do you?
And- So
It's
that
so
draws a
ironic. No,
contrast.
it's so
Let me
ironic to
finish.
me that
Holy
no, you've been
shit.
talking for like 20
You're all
minutes. Shut up,
fucking
bitch.
reactionary.
Okay, listen. It's so wild to me that it's so convenient to me that your sexual preference is removed from the burden of reconciling
My
with
sexual preference has
sexuality
literally
during the
nothing to do-
developmental growth period of your brain. However, you would so readily prescribe that to parents and their kids,
Just
struggling with their access that they have to porn. Mind blowing how hypocritical that is. That's
You just
fucking
had
weird.
to filibuster me pointing out that at the end of the day, it draws a huge contrast between looking at porn that's not healthy versus the porn that's healthy that you're told that you can look at. You're gonna feel more
Yeah.
shame. But
And you're the
I know
argument.
we've already been over this, but did we ever get an
Here's what
example
you
of
have
what
to
healthy
realize.
porn is?
If
Do we
your
know what healthy porn is?
your attitudes are what's pushing kids to look at at the internet in shame
Why is-
still,
This
and
whole
they're
thing, your whole
actually
thing is
more
also
likely
built on an underlying
to
assumption there is healthy
behavior.
porn.
Mel, sometimes
is
shame is
healthy
good.
porn?
Sometimes shame is good.
You
That's
need more
okay.
shame.
Sometimes
You
it's
have shame, that's why your
good.
face is off. Cam
You're
up.
you're shameless, Mel, and that's why you're
No,
in this
Mel's
situation.
not
right
shameless.
now.
That's why Mel is a Furby and not a
Hey,
face.
I agree. Sometimes shame is good, but not to the point where when your neglectful attitudes leave them to look at porn on the internet
No.
still in shame.
Shame is doing its very good job right
No,
now.
it doesn't. It
in
makes
No,
defense
Cam,
of-
them look. It makes them
the
more prone to
situation
looking
we're
at worse and worse porn.
Okay.
Because
How do you know this
Let me
shit?
ask you.
though?
Let me ask you this.
shaming
If
has
my
its
if
limitations.
my son punches my daughter in the arm, and I say, "Bad, Tomato Jr., we don't do that. That's mean. Why would you hit Bratty Tomato? Shame on you. Shame, shame." Okay, I hope, ideally, if I continue to shame him for doing such a thing, that he's going to say, "Oh, I should probably not do that anymore." Or I could say, "All right, Tomato Jr., you got to go." Oh,
no,
I
I just
see.
doing a Canadian salute to just another
Oh,
Canadian.
Canadian
The
salute.
US one, and then I went, oh, I got a Canadian out.
Or I could tell Tomato Jr., you know what, Tomato Jr., instead of punching Bratty Tomato in the arm, you should just pinch her a little bit. Okay? Like, we don't want to hurt her too much, but you can keep doing what you're doing. It's okay. We just want to do it good.
I don't know why
Just-
you're doing a boy and a girl.
Even that analogy
because I
isn't,
have
like,
a boy
extreme
and
enough.
girl.
But between two boys, right? Like we often think it's the
Oh
father's
my god! Now it's a difference of gender.
Yeah, no, that doesn't matter at all.
I'm
Like,
making this
the
as
gender difference matters,
relatable as
but the age
possible.
difference
Let me
doesn't.
fucking finish.
Point.
You'll see why I'm doing it.
Okay.
So we often
'Cause
think
you're
it's
a
the
perv.
father's job to encourage like fair play, right? Like you can hurt your brother, but don't hurt him so bad that he gets injured. I think Flo would agree with this, right? Like
I'm not agreeing with fucking anything
Flo
you
is
say
in
after hearing
agreement
that.
with
This
Derby.
is just-
It's
you-
about-
I don't even.
Forgive me.
I'm not preemptively
Forgive
agreeing
me
with
for
shit you
not
said. I have no idea where you're going.
Relating to the
teaching kids
Furby.
how to play fight properly is actually good parenting.
No,
Oh,
I don't.
Oh, I know
I
it's too
never
hard.
taught my kids to play
Right.
fight.
That might be
Kids
too
know
hard
how to
for
do
you.
shit.
That
You
might
teach
be
them
too
where
hard
the.
for you,
Listen
but that's
to me.
actually
I
how
can
it's done
explain
in a
this.
lot of parenting.
Hold on, let me explain
Talked
this.
to a lot of parents before.
Why are you talking to so many parents and kids about porn and shit?
I'm
Let
not
me
talking to
explain
kids.
this. Though.
I'm on
You
I
don't
talk
teach
to adults
the
on
kid.
the internet.
You don't
fucking
teach the
pervert.
kid how to play fight. It already
You're the
knows.
one whose mind is in the
Teach them when they've gone
gutter
too
and want
far.
me to- You're the one who wants me to be a pedo so fucking
Do you
badly.
understand that your entire paradigm rests on the assumption there's good porn, which is far from established?
Yeah, there could be healthier porn out there that shows how real interactions work between people rather than
Okay,
trying to
so let me get this
glorify
straight. If we abuse kids and study the
women
abuse,
or
maybe then we
modify
can cultivate good porn for them, which we may not exist, so that they don't become porn addicts
No,
later.
you're too much of a reactionary to ever imagine it yourself.
You can
It's
call me
fine.
whatever that you want. You're a pedophile,
Demonstrating
and I'm
your
trying, and I'm getting in front of your
Demonstrating that you have
justification.
a lack
That's
of
what it is.
imagination on this, and certainly a lack of comprehension skills.
This is your suggestions. You need to think through the steps of what you're suggesting.
I'm not sure that you can actually tell me what my steps are without absolutely straw personing
I'm
me, because
afraid
you
that I
get it wrong
can't tell you what they
every
probably
time.
are without
You get it
getting
wrong
into
every
the
time. You can
fight.
only miss.
And to think this all happened because Mel wanted to establish a moral high ground over me because I participate in drama content.
Not over you.
Wow.
You're not that special.
To think all of this
You're like
could have been
literally.
avoided.
Have you
Mel.
met? No, even Hormaxer. Even I wouldn't even put Hormaxer on the same level. I haven't met anybody online who is the Thorpes are above you. Hormaxer is above you.
I don't care. I don't give a fuck about those people.
Yeah,
Who
you
the
only
fuck
care
are
about the
they?
kids that you want to watch porn with. Weirdo.
You were orbiting the Thorpes until they got
No,
sick
I was
of you
orbiting
too.
Ruby while she was around.
No,
the
the
fucking
Thorpes
right.
literally
Stop
the
missing.
Thorpes
You have no accuracy.
cannot
You're wrong about me every
like the
fucking
Thorpes will
time.
take anyone, and they got sick of you.
You can only miss.
You grossed out.
They
Ben
got
Thorpe
sick of you.
for shame.
Try
That's
again.
terrible.
Try again when you figure out how not to miss.
Wild.
Try again when you figure
Well,
out how
it's
not to
incredibly accurate.
Hi, Jade. Welcome to the
You're
show.
hated
You're
there.
incredibly
Hey,
wrong.
Fel,
You
you're
want
hated
me.
there.
No,
They didn't
you're
even want to
incredibly
farm you
wrong.
for
You want
content.
me.
You're
We're
so
on.
irritating.
We're about
They
to
didn't
on
want to
there.
farm you for
That's 'cause
content.
you want
They're like,
disgusting.
yuck.
Well,
Get
let
this
me
one outta here.
interrupt. Let me interrupt the bully patrol. Don Juan coming in with the $1.99, not because analogy from your point. Thank you, Don Juan. And then, but the government can regulate it, right? LOL. Yes, the government can regulate the porn now.
Yeah, this isn't.
Somebody's got to watch it for these kids.
And
We don't have the
Whatever.
failed
Firm
communist-
audits comes in with the $5. Kids should never be exposed to this type of craziness. Regulate prawn and not induct the kids.
Yeah, it'll be
The
okay to
more
have-
you're in your kid's life, the less problems usually.
we can do
Thank
it
you
all.
for
And if at the end of the day we
Stay
don't
in your
even need
kid's
to
life, or
talk
they'll
about
end up
that,
with
would
this
be
thing
great.
talking at them.
No, we can do it all. And if at the end of the day, what I'm talking about isn't necessary, that would be great. But I want to point out
yep,
that, like,
yep.
I want to point out that that this is just like under the idea that we might need this, medically speaking, to help some kids. If it shows that it helps them, then we should help them. It's not that insane logic. It really is.
It is. It's nuts.
Okay.
But Here,
Yeah,
this,
no,
is, this is what we need to do here with
just-
people
you're-
like you. Get this.
Oh,
Any of these
things.
pliers here. I got pliers here. Just
Creative new ideas
pop
that you
those
haven't thought of
things off.
yourself. And that's okay. I know that about you, Flow State. You've demonstrated that at this point.
what do you know about me?
You're afraid of new ideas that you haven't thought of yourself.
Pedophiles aren't new.
Okay.
Can I,
yeah.
can
No.
I say
that's the
something?
best
Can
you
I?
can do. I get it.
I want to come up here and have a say. As somebody who's worked in the industry and within the social services for children, these two things are very far apart from each other. And as somebody who's a fucking parent, okay, how's this, Furby? Now, you're clearly not a parent. Now, I'm trans and I got a daughter. If I would not let my child anywhere near you, okay? Dangerous, dangerous shit. Do you understand that? And I've heard you up here in these panels with your rah, 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 not willing to listen to anybody's ideas. I'm a leftist myself, but you are fucking so, you are so fucking far
I said some of their ideas were good. Shut the fuck up. You're wrong yet again. You're just wrong. You like being wrong, don't you?
You have no kids, you wombless cunt. Understand what I'm saying? You have no kids.
Can't actually criticize
You
it.
don't know what you're talking about. Shut the fuck up and listen to people who have
I'm a
kids.
parent. I know everything.
Fucking unbelievable.
No, I get it.
Let's go one-on-one, fuck face.
Yeah,
you have no children and you don't understand. So
definitely not
keep
just reactionary.
Keep your faceless shit.
What? That someone might be
Reaction-
smarter
Go.
than you about this.
You're smarter than me. You have no children. You have no
I actually
concept of
look at
bringing up
data
children.
on, like,
okay?
for example,
But
the
I
race
read
which
stuff.
kids
I
look at
read
pornography,
stuff. I
even when
read
you put up
stuff.
filters.
Listen, there's
You
no
don't know-
doubt you
how to
were
regulate
touched when you were a
shit.
kid. There's no doubt
All you
about it
do
by
is
the way you react to
overreact.
things.
That's all you do is
What?
overreact. Like, come on, look at yourself right now. You started screaming right out of the fucking gate.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been sitting here
like
for an
being wrong
hour
about
listening
me?
to you
You
with
like being wrong
nonsense.
about me?
Nonsense.
You like
I read
being
a
wrong
paper,
about me?
everybody. You're
You
a
like being
faceless
wrong about me.
grommet.
You said I don't
What?
listen to anyone's points, but I literally said, Sarah, you make good points. I want to build on this. So you
and I'm going to
literally
glaze
weren't
you,
listening,
Sarah,
were
at the
you?
end of the show,
You
too.
weren't listening.
Like I do every episode. Let me
Well,
glaze
you
the
should
fuck
learn to
out of
listen
you.
better, because then maybe some of your points would actually land.
Listen, debate lord, you faceless debate lord fucktard. You have no
I very much
standing
have a
in this
face
conversation because you don't have kids. Until you have children and understand what goes on, the reality of having children, the reality of educating, the reality of the goddamn birds and the bees. You stupid motherfucker. We do not need institutions stepping in on this, okay? Now, let me tell you, I have a psychology degree, and within that industry, there are so many fucking pedophiles, you piece of shit, in schools, councils, politics,
not an
they're
argument.
everywhere.
It's still
not
more
an argument.
regulated
Listen,
than the
debate
fucking
lord,
internet.
You're
That's
a
not
fucking debate
argument.
lord.
It's
That's
more
what you do.
regulated
You
than the
sit here
internet.
on the internet
Doesn't
and you
address
debate
my
with
argument at
motherfuckers.
all.
It
That doesn't
address
address
my
my
argument at
fucking-
all. I'm
you're
just a
just afraid
debate
of
lord, and I just
people.
want to have debates all the
You're just
time.
afraid of
I never
people
want to
who
have
understand,
fucking
dude.
experience.
Like, oh, there's pedophiles everywhere.
No
Well, how do we know you're not just fucking projecting, huh?
experience in
How do
this
I
matter.
know you're
Do you
just not fucking
understand?
projecting your pedophilia
Mate, I'm
accusations
not projecting.
right now?
You make trans people look like shit. You are one of the people out there who make trans people look like dog shit.
How do
That's
you know
you.
these people are pedophiles, for example? How do you
Oh
know?
my God! Did you
They
not
just
hear?
talk
I
about
work in the
pedophilia
fucking
to you?
industry, you moron.
Yeah, dude, they just
Listen,
talk about
asshole.
pedophilia. I doubt
Listen,
it.
asshole.
I doubt that
You
pedophiles
make
go to
trans
work and
people
talk about
look like
pedophilia very
dog
often.
shit.
So it doesn't
You are
seem
the
fucking realistic
instigator.
to me.
You
Maybe you should come
are
up
the
with something that sounds
instigator.
realistic.
Do you get it?
Maybe come up with something
My
that
Lord.
sounds realistic instead of having a non-argument against better regulation.
Instead of having a non, listen here, Vosh. All right, if I wanted to come out argue with Vosh, okay, and his child porn
I'm
stuff as
better
well,
than Vosh.
that's you.
I'm
You
fucking
are
better
Vosh,
than
a
Vosh.
faceless
I'm
fucking Vosh on
definitely
the
better than
internet.
Vosh.
Up here, every
Vosh
time
can't
you get a
fucking lay
chance
down
to
his
debate,
vocals like I can.
debate, Lord. What do
Vosh
you
can't
ever
fucking
achieve?
use his voice
Oh
like
my
I
God.
fucking can. Don't you dare
What do you
compare me to Vosh.
what do you ever achieve with these debate lord tactics on your fucking mindless
Honestly,
channel?
when people like you come onto these panels, nothing.
You achieve nothing every time I've seen you on here.
Good for
I've
you.
been
I'm
watching
very
you for
proud of
week
you.
after week
You're
after
really
week.
good at cherry
You
picking. That's
never,
all that
you
tells me.
never
All
allow
you
new
do is that
ideas.
you're
You
really
never
good at not
allow.
listening when I actually
Shut
am
the
with
fuck up when I'm
listening,
speaking,
and
you fucking goddamn
I don't
piece of
care
shit
when you're
cartoon.
fucking speaking. Is
I
that
don't
not
care when
fucking
you're
clear at this
speaking.
point? Yeah,
I don't
and your
care when you're
imitation
speaking.
sucks too. You want me to make my voice super femme? You should really try to imitate my femme
I'll
voice.
do what the fuck
Yeah,
I want,
imitate my
motherfucker. I'm
femme voice.
angry, and I'm
Imitate
angry
my
at pieces
femme
of
voice.
shit like
Show
you
me how good
who
you
get
are.
up here
Show
and
me how
fucking
good you are
make
at
trans
imitating my
people
femme
look
voice.
like dog shit. And when I
Please
get
show me
angry,
how
I don't
good
give
you
a
are at
fuck
imitating my
what
femme
people,
voice.
what gender people think
Please.
I am. I don't give a fuck.
Please.
And I'll
Please
tell you what,
imitate
I
this
am not
dad.
afraid to get on fucking
my
camera,
better
you
voice.
weak
Really
piece
prefer
of
you try
shit.
to
Ah, your
imitate
voice
this
is not like
instead,
me.
because
You sound like a
all you can
faggot.
really
That's
do
what
at
you
this
sound
point
like,
is
okay?
ruin your
Don't sound like a
vocal
girl, so
cords.
don't
Your
come
vocal
at
cords
me.
must fucking be so sore.
What?
What? You know why I don't get? You know why I don't get bad vocal cords? Because I don't try to scream at the top of my
Oh my
lungs to
God.
try to dominate a
Good Lord,
discussion.
shut the
All I had to do to have you or sign up for tier 2. Cause you're my Patreon girl, and your love for me depends on how much money that I pledge to you monthly.
Everybody, I want to
That
be pretty.
video did not age well today. Let me just start.
It
by
was so
saying
good.
that.
That aged perfectly. I forgot all about that. I was sitting here going, oh damn it, I can't believe.
Forgot all about the
I just had like the
I gotta
moment where
have
I
the-
thought I muted
What
myself.
other trans creators are we missing right now? Let's
Yeah.
get a few other
I
ones
know,
in here.
we've got
Let's get them
them all
all. I know.
accounted
It's a transplosion.
All of
Except one of
them.
them won't.
I
One of
mean,
them is
I gotta-
gutless and won't get on camera.
I gotta
That's
go
the
put on
thing.
some heels and a wig or
I've been on
something.
camera before. Look it up. You're always wrong. You're always wrong.
Wait, is this my
Always
initiation into being
wrong.
trans?
Fuck off.
Like, the fact
Yeah,
between
you get-
always
you-
being wrong and always
Mel's-
I have
accusing me
my
of
Mel's
black
trans
card.
in you.
Wait, I have a black card. Maybe I can
between
get a
always
trans
being
card. Do I get
wrong
a
and always
card?
accusing me of
Oh.
being a PDF. The best explanation
You're a
is projection.
You're a
Flo,
PDF.
Flo.
And
The
shout
only
out
thing
to
you,
the
Flo,
Trib one with the $2. Great emotion. I can hear your logic better now. LOL. And Arbiter coming in with the 2. Autobot on Autobot violence. That's a good point. Everybody take a deep breath. Let's breathe. Breathe together. We just talked about this drama stuff. Go ahead,
if
Nate.
you want the trans card, you just got to put your pronouns next to your name. It's very simple.
No, God, that's so gay though.
I hate that. I feel
didn't
like
come up with-
nobody that's trans actually does that. Like
I
I
just
feel
came
like
up here to blow off some steam. Sorry, so
I
I really need
see.
it. I'm
Blow
going off to
away.
see. Now I'm going to see. What's that film called? Oh yeah, this dude, the killer clown. I'm going to go watch that. Watch people get murdered, and hopefully it'll be Melody getting murdered with all her porn and her kids. So fuck off and
If you
die,
stop
Melanie.
going into overdrive, your vocal
Piss
cords will
off,
sound
you
way
asshole.
better.
You're a
Actually,
loser.
I have a
Fuck
question
off.
for that. That leads me to another point that I was thinking of too, Mel. Is for instance another
Pissed with all her. And I'm going to go watch that. Watch people get murdered, and hopefully it'll be Melody getting murdered with all her porn and her kids. So fuck off and
If you
die,
stop
Melanie.
going into overdrive, your vocal
Piss
cords will
off,
sound
you
way
asshole. You're a loser.
Actually, I have a
Fuck
question
off.
for that. That leads me to another point that I was thinking of too, Mel. Is for instance like scary movies, right? Scary movies are clearly not that good for young children, right? But should I sit and control the scary movies and say, oh well, this is it, and this is Saw, and this is this, and oh, this one's all right. We can watch Saw. Let's watch Saw together. It'll be okay. Because I'm
Let me ask you, just real quick, do you think it's better that you actually being able to show them increasingly scarier movies as you know that their brain's kind of developing and they can handle it more, versus some random on the internet sending them a link to a scary movie that's well beyond their threshold, and they get off to that?
But
I
you're
prefer
presuming that these weirdos have access to my. Now I recognize the internet is a scary place. I deal with a lot of you guys,
They can
right?
finally admit
But you're presuming that is always the case.
But Sarah, would
Right.
you rather have an adult
kids, yeah.
give them a controlled environment, or they die?
Right.
That's totally
Like
my
I
argument.
don't think you're presuming that the access to the weird creeps on the internet is always the case, and it's not always the case.
It's
you have
way
really-
too common. It's way too common, Sarah. We got to admit
How
that.
do you
Is
know
it
how common it is?
Is it
Because you can look at
possible?
studies about this, you fucking
no.
ignoramus.
Hold on,
I know you
stop,
want to stay ignorant. You're never going to look at them, but there are studies.
Stop.
No one.
And-
Go ahead.
No, stop. You're presuming that it's 100% guarantee, right? When you break down the logic of it, the logic is 100% guarantee some random person is going to show my child this stuff, or definitely 100% guarantee some creepy doctor's going to show my kid this stuff and let them jerk off to it in a room. Or on the other hand, the creepy people on the internet is maybe it could be a 50-50 shot, a 20-80, a 60-40. It could be a variable depending on how you're parenting and what kind of access you're allowing your children to the internet and the things that you're allowing for them. So it's not a guarantee that that's going to happen. Possible? Yes. Probable? No.
But what I'm
It's not a
saying is,
guarantee, but on your direction, you are 100% guaranteeing them access to something that could have only just been a slight chance.
no, I'm talking. This is post-prescriptive where like once they already show signs that they're doing this, we could intervene with something
These
better.
kids were horny. We're back to these kids were horny.
No, these kids are already looking at pornography, and it's been really hard to stop them from doing it. This can happen.
You're not
And we
trying
need
to stop them though. That's the thing.
You keep proclaiming that, but like I'm trying to demonstrate that I want us to do research that can demonstrate that it helps them.
I bet you do.
Settings that are safe.
Holy smokes.
It's getting loopy in here, isn't it?
And truly beaten dead, you know.
Do you
Like,
think Trump will put these people to death?
Kirby's been able to state,
Hey,
the
yo.
opinion, and then the rest of us have all said it's kind of we're not into it. So
Yeah, we have
Good
circles
voice of reason.
or whatever it's called.
Well,
All right, Furby. Well, you've been fun to kick around your shitbag. We hate you.
this went exactly as I thought it would.
Yeah, I can't believe how much like you're
Yeah, when you
like,
pick 5
boy, you just had to just tip that over and
just
listen here, Kirby,
agonizing.
I'll give you something else to bite on. You were talking about tokenism of trans people. We had Jade up, so we had a real full on trans thing, you know, except for the cat. Although I don't know, maybe the cat's been neutered. I don't know about the cat. Okay. But so what were you trying to say about that, Furby, about tokenism trans? What did you mean by that?
Well, for me, the representation of trans people is very important. And I want to kind of just, you know, make sure that we're not just showing kind of like demure, unintelligent trans people who only say what they think people want to hear, but also like trans people who give like nuanced opinions and show that they're strong and intelligent.
Okay. And do you think that's been achieved here tonight, maybe?
50-50.
where?
And it
Okay.
depends. It depends who
Ooh.
you're asking, who I'm appealing to.
Which
if I'm trying
which
to
one are
encourage-
you, Mel? Which one
if
are
I'm
you in
trying
that
to show that
situation?
despite the odds, like when you're up against 4 or 5 reactionaries, that you can remain strong, then I think I've done my job. If you're asking for me if my optics were perfect, then no, of course not.
Well, there's 60 people in my chat, and 100% of them thought that you were a PDF. And
Congratulations, you've done a
I don't know if
good
Sarah's
job.
number, her percentage are near the same. Where are all these? Can you point me to where we can find all these enlightened people that agree with you on things like
We
this?
used to have a lot of intelligent people in the debate space, but it really seemed like we got into like this high school drama content.
Are they
and
on
the-
Discord? Like, where? Well, do you guys have a Facebook group? Are you on Discord and a server?
Oh no, I'm pretty much here out on my own. There's
No,
a
no,
couple of-
like, yeah, other enlightened people like you.
not really. Like this is my own opinion.
People are open-minded and
Like,
Well,
like
just
Furby,
have comprehension
so you were
skills.
saying, so Furby, you were saying 50%, 50%, in reference to tokenism, like on the show tonight.
No, what? No.
She's saying that what she's not saying, what she doesn't have the.
No,
I don't know what he's
you're-
saying. She's
I've
not
already
brave
said
enough
it,
to
that you're
say.
being a token who acts demure. And
I think
tries
she
to
thinks
believe
that
here.
I am a token because I have a very moderate way of looking at things, and that the way that I speak to things isn't incredibly distasteful and gross. And so, if that's the contrast here, Mel, then absolutely, very demure.
Yeah,
very
it's
not
it's
PDF
really
file.
easy to gain followers by saying the R slur all the time because that's what the people in your chat are saying. It's really
That's what they want.
It's really
That's what they
difficult
want.
to use words.
That's what they want. That's
doing
what they
the hard
want,
part.
Mel.
I like doing the hard part.
Yeah, defending these ideas.
I like
very
uphill
hard,
battle.
very difficult, very
that
uphill
working?
for sure.
You know
And do you
what?
know why it's such Mel? Do you know why it's such an uphill battle for you? Because it's a slippery slope, and everybody fucking sees it, but you, dumb fuck.
I don't
I-
even think it's that. I think that Mel just
Selfish
actually
children having unfettered access to the internet.
Holy fuck! The fact that you characterize it as an uphill battle, I don't know if that's. I
Keep
don't know if
fighting
we
the
can
good
go any
fight.
lower. I don't know if we can keep going. I don't know if we can keep going lower, Mel. Like,
not the
starting-
hero that these kids want, but you're the hero these kids need.
You were already screaming from the top of your lungs from the sewer. Now we barely hear.
So, so if I hear Furby right, then so basically the 50-50 idea was
I don't-
just basically you're taking a shot at Neve.
No, I don't think I said 50
Yeah.
in relation to this ever though.
No, she hates me. She hates me because I have broad appeal in contrast to her, because she's going to take the most
I don't want
erratic
broad
and
appeal.
indefensible opinions because I'm a Furby. I don't know.
I want to appeal to people who enjoy strong debaters. That's it. So
Okay, then create your own channel, and we'll see how that bears
Strong
out. I think
debaters
that would
and
be a
weak
really
sex
great way.
partners.
And Arbiter coming up with the $2, beating an unalive PDF fallacy. Thank you so much. And don't
Get it.
forget, ladies and gentlemen, the goal of this stream is for Crispy Treat. We are up to $416 in super chats. That means she's
That's pretty
getting
good on
half
the
of
super
that.
chat. That's pretty
Yeah,
good on the
that's-
super chat.
Yeah. And then
yeah.
she gets another 100 from me, another 100 from Flo, and then whatever the.
Did we hit my 100 all the way yet?
Just fucking give her the 100, Flo. Jesus Christ.
No, I'm not going to actually. I'm going to extract every bit. This juice is getting squeezed. I'm not matching the full 100 if you motherfuckers don't get me there. And you guys know that I will make good on that and be the asshole who doesn't match the money.
wait,
Unless
it
I
could
have
be that if Flo does it
to. Shut
without
up.
then he could kick me from the panel now.
Yeah.
No, I don't want that.
I think I think that my job is done here. I've done a lot tonight. We got
You
a lot
did-
of
This is
interesting
what all you do
conversation.
need. This is about the
And-
limit of
Oh,
your.
sorry.
Just like a lighter and you just-
Sorry, I think I'm talking right now.
I don't
Mel,
care.
Sorry.
I don't think I
just
care.
sit- Yeah,
Cool.
just sit there. So yeah. Anyways, I've talked maybe 25% of the time that Mel has, and I think it's just important that we let people like this talk. Eventually, maybe.
I only started 100% of this, but I talked
but-
25% of
With
the
our
time.
lawyer.
You can't really
I think when
kill man on
people,
white.
I think when people like this
You
get
only
their
do
mouth
this on the
moving, then
panel.
it becomes
You
very
wouldn't
clear
do
to
this
everyone.
on a
that-
1v1, would
Sorry,
you?
can I
You
talk?
wouldn't do this
Can I
on a
talk?
1v1. You wouldn't feel
Can I
as strong,
talk?
would you?
Can I
You
talk?
wouldn't feel strong on a 1v1 or on my panel, would you?
You don't have a panel.
Yeah, I
Like
do.
no one would
actually.
show up.
It's
No
called
one would
Goated
show up.
Panels.
Okay.
See that logo above me? That's when I do 1v.
This message is sponsored in part by
Sensitization.
So,
My
anyways,
subway.
yeah, I talked less, but in some ways, I think it's best to let people like this,
You ever pull your-
talk, whatever. And it's unfortunate that this is what you would do with that time, that you would be able to talk, and that's, it is what it is. My expectations for you are low, Mel, but I don't know if they were ever this low. Having
I
these
couldn't
opinions
have
come from
guessed.
yourself and not a debate that I watched.
Do you ever?
It seems like
do
the
you
situation
debate?
is worse
Do
than
you
I
ever
thought
win
it was.
debates,
so.
Steve? I've never seen you actually win one.
Oh, I actually did.
Oh.
2 weeks ago against Team Fatty.
Where you didn't just scream over him the entire time? Because you were good at that. You're good
No,
at
you
talking
should-
over people.
Yeah, you should wait.
That's
you were
why
just
you're
doing that to
losing.
me.
That's
You were
why
just
you're
doing that
losing.
to me.
People talking
But
over you too
anyways,
much.
you should go watch the debate because that's not what it was, and
I don't know.
I won handedly.
You haven't demonstrated to me that you can do anything.
This message is sponsored in part by.
Dude, the most I've ever
Oh,
seen you do is
yes.
antagonize.
Well, I'm sorry if you feel antagonized like that. Right
Sorry,
now,
we're
'cause
not letting
you
you.
were
watch
you were
porn.
the
It's
you were
gonna
the victim
disturb-
of your own words, your own opinions. Right now, the contrast again.
get to go back to
It's
your
felt by
gossip,
you. It's
right?
felt by you, but
You get to go
it's
back to your little
just is what
internet
it
echo
is.
chambers where you gossip circle,
Could-
right?
Could you imagine thinking that
Well,
it's
what do you
more
consider this?
harmful for a kid to be online than it is for them to have adults telling them to go masturbate while we monitor you?
They're not monitored. You're a fucking idiot.
Well, how do you know if they actually masturbated?
Wrong
How do you
about
know
my
they
point.
wouldn't-
You're
Well,
again
how
wrong
do you know
about
they
my point because
masturbated?
you can only miss.
Okay, sorry.
Wrong
As
about
much-
my point because you can
As
only
much
miss.
as I would love to hear
But,
Mel
Mel,
justify
how
this
do
sort
you
of
know
thing.
that they did their medicine?
Hold on, Flo. I think Neve wants to make an exit.
I just wanted to say, make sure that you guys donate
exits are also
for the
interesting.
Crispy Treat Funds. Again, very prominent member of our community. We all love and support you, Crispy.
good.
And sorry to have taken the panel in this direction for your important night. However, I would say
I
that
think
it
it
was
worked
a
out.
little bit entertaining for sure. For everyone probably, but Mel. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for having me on, Sarah, Flow State, Rachel, always a pleasure. Johnny, nice to meet you.
Thank you for
Mel,
lighting this the fumes at the gas pump here.
Oh,
Well, Mel, I would suggest that you change your name again and you do it fast. Alrighty, good night.
night,
You can't
Neve.
act- she can't act mad at me for saying what she predicted.
I can't believe that you ran into it like that.
No, because it's a justifiable stance when people aren't
It's
just
not at all.
Yeah, because all you know how to do is pearl clutch. You can't actually.
Right, you're right. I'm retarded and I clutch pearls.
You get
It's
the
not a
argument
defensible
wrong every
position.
time.
If that means that I'm going to take my chances as a parent, shaming my children for watching porn or not being willing to allow them to go to a doctor who's going to recommend they watch more porn, then I will gladly take that parental L if it's titled that way.
More porn.
You prude. You're so uptight. These kids are just trying to have fun.
Darn, what a
They need
shitty
our
parent
guidance.
I
It's gotta
am.
be for someone else because that's not my argument. So
Your argument is these kids are horny. We need to protect them and watch porn with them.
nope. Still
so that
missing.
we know if we should watch porn with them more.
You still miss.
Furby, what part of Canada are you? Eastern Canada or Western Canada?
I'm in London, Ontario.
Oh, okay.
It's a crapville. I prefer Toronto, but obviously can't afford to live there.
Yeah, very expensive.
You should come to the States sometime.
I mean, I totally would. It's just I don't have the money to travel anywhere really. Like if I could find a way to like,
What if we could crowdfund you
Yeah.
coming here to Kansas City to do a collaboration video?
I will literally do like a Steven Crowder change my mind table, where this is the premise.
I would
Just-
change your mind.
No, you can only miss.
I don't know. I'll have to talk to my audience later.
Go Oilers. Just another Canadian. I'm in Edmonton, so you cheer for the Edmonton Oilers there.
And Arbiter comes in with the twos.
I really do want
Stay in
to-
Canada.
Oh yeah, no, I'll stay in Canada. I like Canada better than the US. 'cause
Play in Canada.
The free healthcare thing just like sells me any day on Canada over the US. You guys might have cooler stuff, but we have cooler healthcare. And I don't like being sick.
You are
Melanie,
sick.
would you test the process?
I don't know what that means, but like the fact that like this is your bar for pedophilia means that like you probably see pedophilia way more often than it actually exists.
Do you think my standards are too low for what's a pedophile?
If this is how easily you think someone's a pedophile, then yeah.
That they want to watch porn with kids?
Well, because you're wrong and you want to be wrong here. See?
Can
So-
you explain how it's okay?
Well, because A, we're not going to be watching them. B, this is going to be a clinical.
Hold on. That's the only way to do studies, and that's the only way to know if they're doing the treatment properly.
No, we can do blind studies. There's such a thing as double-blind studies.
Are you going to volunteer for this study?
We can
Not
do
that
self-report.
Blind
We
has,
have to create
a double blind has to do with the placebo
Right.
concept.
They
And
can
like it's
self-report. They can
doesn't mean that
I'm
the,
answering the question. Just give me 5 seconds. They can self-report how much they used it.
So you think that if we had a study where people self-reported their porn use, where kids self-reported their porn use, and they found that, oh, they're benefited by this, you think that study would be sufficient to then start prescribing this behavior based off of self-report?
Peer review. So it'll take
So
time.
peer review doesn't change the self-report paradigm.
No, it kind
What
of
the
does.
fuck does peer review have to do with that? Self-reporting. We don't actually know if any of this is true.
Self-reported results, then there's less likely that it's from a random
So the
thing.
fact that you would make such a strong suggestion based off
Oh.
basically self-reported non-evidence, and then say, well, because it's peer-reviewed, 3 other dudes read it.
How do you think
the fact,
sociological
like,
study? How do you think any sociological study where you can't observe?
I've never heard. They're not all proposing that adults watch porn with kids.
No. I'm
Period
talking in
with it.
general. How do you think studies are done when you can't observe what the person is doing when they're doing it, but you need the data of how much they've done it?
Well, it depends on what they're studying. There's lots of different ways to
Right,
verify.
we're talking like soft science, right? Like psychology. So if we're talking about someone's addiction, right? We need addicts, like of any drug, to
You can
tell
do
us
blood
how
tests
often,
and see
tell us
drug
how
levels.
often they use it. We can't just follow them around all the
Right.
time.
But
all
see,
right. So a double blind. That's what I was. This is what it's like a placebo concept because it's like a double placebo in a sense if you think about it. A type of clinical trial in which neither the participants nor the researcher knows which treatment or intervention participants are receiving until the clinical trial is over. Therefore, you couldn't just put kids in a room and say, "Oh, here's some porn." I don't know, do whatever.
No, that is how you do it.
And then
Hey,
you would
pop it over.
also, your researcher would have no idea whatever they're putting the child. And then not only that, how would you even get parental consent on that if they don't even know what's happening?
So
like,
there would be a different.
tell me, I want you to explain
So
to
it would be
me
explained to the
how
parent.
you
be
explain to the
explained to the parent.
parent. It wouldn't because they wouldn't be allowed to know, right?
They'd be asked not to tell the child. They'd be asked not to tell the child.
Oh my God!
No,
Stop
no,
that!
Let me explain.
Really?
Holy
Oh my
shit! I know. New things are scary to you, but this.
No,
This
no,
isn't a new
no.
thing.
It's just
Pedophilia is
the mere
old.
idea that you are not a parent, and it is apparent that you're not a parent.
I know you're a pro clutcher. You think all parents are pro clutchers. Let me finish.
No,
I know.
no.
No, we
But I'm
think that
saying
you're a
is,
predator.
let me just send my kid into a room knowing that they're going to
No
be
one's
sent
asking you
into a room full
specifically
of
to do it. So
porn.
let me finish.
Oh my
No one's
God.
asking you specifically to do it, so let me finish.
Oh,
So how it would be done is the parent would be informed. They would make the consent like that along with the physician.
First of all, we choose only the horniest children.
Qualifies for the study or doesn't if we're doing placebo. And so this would be a different researcher who talks with the parent, walks them through the process, explains it. As they would also be monitoring the researchers who don't know what study is being conducted. But the researcher would be told how to conduct the study, and the children would still be sat in a room, and they would still self-report what they did in that room.
That sounds disgusting.
This is how we've always studied children and their relationship with sexuality. Like you can't have it both ways. You can't have us understand these things so we can
There's
actually
been a ton of
it. Well, also
sexuality research that is disgusting.
also
Basically,
clutching
that's
your
what it's
pearls all the time. You either want to understand this stuff and you want to help
Look.
it, or you just want us to live in ignorance and hand wave every time a child gets addicted to pornography because you didn't keep them sufficiently.
Why don't we just fuck them so that we can study that?
Oh, Flo.
You're an idiot. You don't know how to make good arguments. You're bad at this.
But why not? We could do it double blind. You don't know if you're going to get it or not today.
Go argue that against someone who is making that argument because you're fucking missing yet again.
What I'm saying is that you're already proposing child abuse. It's already child abuse to get.
No, I'm not. You just have really shitty definitions of things.
So the laws and everybody, all the parents and all the laws, everything's wrong.
Just because
that's not actually abuse.
Doesn't make the research or
how is that not child abuse? Why do you make that case?
So when we do research on drugs, do we have to make drugs legal? No.
I don't know. That's what about it. I want to hear your case for why giving a kid porn is not abuse.
Yeah, but the drugs, in order to even get a procedure to go forward in terms of the research, right? You have a board. You have a whole medical board that sits, like an ethical board, that sits and determines whether this is ethical or not for a medication. Okay. So the people the scientists who bring forth the new pharmaceutical basically have to give, there is more benefit than harm. They have to be able to give that in order for this ethical board to be able to approve of scientific testing on humans at this point.
Great.
So with what you're bringing to the table, you have to bring some kind of benefit to children having more good than harm in this, in even to get the test to proceed. And I think that that's really hard to prove here. How is it more beneficial than harmful to put, what if, and how do we know? Because you have to have a placebo as well. You have to have kids who are not sexually inclined.
I thought I was getting fucked, but I wasn't.
How we would
you have to have kids who are not sexually inclined, right? Like
no, we actually
in order to have a full test and study, you have to have a placebo. Those who don't have it,
then you don't. The placebo can be in the form of the administration.
No,
let me answer. I'm answering your question. I tried to answer the first thing you said, and now you're saying something else.
No, let me finish.
You just don't want. You don't want to be an answer.
Good news. There is no fucking normal answer.
I know you're afraid of me having an argument.
In order to have a placebo, in order to have a full placebo effect, you have to have people who have and people who have not, right? And in order to do so, just the same.
The placebo could be in the form of administration as well. You can do it both ways, and that makes for.
What does that mean, though, functionally?
That we can have them look at something that's not even pornography. We can have some groups look at things that aren't even pornography versus groups who look at the beneficial pornography, and then we ask them again, did you feel like looking at pornography on the internet after this? And we look.
How are we going to trick these kids into thinking that the non-porn is porn?
No, we don't trick them into thinking it's porn.
So we don't know if then the treatment being recommended in the double blind. No, the way that the double blind works is some of them have to think they're watching porn. Yeah, and then they measure the outcomes, right? How do you convince kids who didn't watch porn they watch porn?
You don't. You show them something that's not porn, and then you ask them, did you still feel like looking at internet porn after that?
But that's not a double blind study because they know they didn't get the treatment.
No, they don't know what the treatment is overall.
You don't even know what the fuck a double blind study is.
You don't know the purposes of being administered the treatment is the point of a double blind study. Again, you're an ignoramus. Your arguments come from.
I don't know.
You're afraid of things you don't understand and new things you haven't.
No, I do understand. I understand. That's the problem.
It's demonstrably true at this point.
You're not. You're not a psychologist.
Hold on, Flo. The Furby may.
But I am scientifically literate, and I know how these studies are conducted.
You know what? I think Furby's got it. What I suggest we do. This is highly experimental. We got a couple of very ugly lesbians. Expose the kids to see them getting it on. Let's put these kids off porn forever.
Okay.
That's a good idea. As we can run up to a flagpole.
I'll admit I was getting too tense there. I needed to laugh. Yes. Thank you. Sarah, I'm sorry. I just sometimes I'm like, I have the answer that I feel like it helped you feel better, or that's like it's good news.
I don't need to feel better.
Feel better.
What's scary? It's not as scary as making it out to be.
Stop trying to make people feel better.
And I'm just saying it's not as scary as you need it to be. And
God, even your language is so groomerish.
But you keep turning it into bad news because your brain is just
so not scary, guys. Don't worry, it's not scary. It won't hurt you.
Where do you think a child predator is more likely to be held accountable? In a setting with peers who aren't all pedophiles, or the internet where they could just be anonymous the whole time?
Shut up, you're one.
But wouldn't exposing them to more porn desensitize them and make them think that this shit's actually okay even more so?
This is why I'm agreeing with Neve in saying that there's very harmful types of pornography. We need to come up with a beneficial form of pornography that doesn't objectify women, isn't commodified, and shows typical interactions that you might have with someone in bed.
Okay, Crispy's got a good point. Yeah, it's supposed to be scary. It's people that are trying to normalize. It makes it seem very scary because it's not fucking normal. No, it's not normal.
Normalizing would say anyone in society can do this. Saying that only researchers can do this, and seeing if there's positive evidence.
What? Anybody can watch porn with kids now?
Let me finish. Holy shit, I'm responding to her comments.
I wasn't even gone that long. But...
Normalization is not the same as specialization. In specialization, you say only the people who are trained and held accountable for their actions can conduct this sort of.
It's so weird how you're trying to wrap elitism and academic prestige around child abuse and creepy behavior. There's no amount of prestige that makes pedophile not a pedophile.
Not prestige. Sarah,
you can have all sorts of degrees.
And by the way, that ethics board can call them back at any point that they think the study, because
I don't care.
At any point that they think that the study is not being conducted properly, they
look. Science is rife with examples of immoral, unethical bullshit.
Right. Okay. And if you want to tackle those,
you just want to do things to kids, don't you?
No, that's in your head. This is your fucking like demonization of me that makes you feel like you have an argument, but you really can't say anything else. You can only miss.
I had you lost the argument before it started.
Sure,
your position is absurd, and the entire thought is still hinges on the idea that there's good porn. What is good porn? You don't even know if that exists yet.
Well, when we actually look at debate tactics, I responded to everybody who said
I'm not worried about debate tactics.
Responding to
This has nothing to do with debate.
Yeah.
This is just right and wrong.
Yep.
This is like morals versus none.
how morals are.
It is black and white. It's black and white.
Yeah, there is no blurry line down the middle at this point in anywhere.
That's just
like
you
cannot. But you cannot. Okay, listen. You've had 3 parents. You've had 3 parents already on here telling you what the fuck. Like no parent would allow this. Number one, at least no good parent would.
Scientifically literate and understand that this can
I think there's parents that are retarded that might do this and might fall for this tactic. This fear-mongering. And those are parents that are in a position of, I don't know what to do. I'm so confused.
Sarah,
why is
someone who's less ignorant than you about the scientific process is inherently less of a retard than you are.
I'm not worried about the scientific process. I'm not worried about a scientific process. I'm worried about the health and development of my child and what's right and wrong and principles, morals, and values. That's it. All of that scientific mumbo jumbo, you can shove it right up your ass.
Gray zone. If your child has anal cancer, you're going to have to try doctors to operate on.
What?
There is, and I kind of
colon cancer. You weirdo.
Sorry, colon cancer. You're right.
I spoke to this earlier. There's a stark difference.
Anal for no fucking reason tonight.
Nobody said that.
This is anally retarded. But there is a stark difference between like medical in terms of the body and medications, right? Like medications, we can scientifically sit down. Shut up for a fucking minute. We can test on little gerbils and hamsters whether this and Furbies whether this medication is going to work before we start injecting it into humans. But the porn thing you're talking about, the porn thing you're talking about,
want to hear about how you're wrong again? You're wrong again.
That is all psychological. How are you going to test that on a fucking Furby?
They can only miss. They can only miss. So if we want to apply this to child sexual abuse instead, because I tried avoiding that, but here we are. We still have doctors who take them into a private room, especially if there's accusations against the parents, and they have to ask the child what happened. Are you afraid of them being alone in the room with that professional? Or
they're not alone because a professional would have at least 2 in the room.
Oh, that's like a solution to my thing, like where if it.
All right, so 2 adults with a kid and curated good porn, right? So we have curated good porn
by themselves, never with.
And we have the 2 adults in the room with the kid, and then we have everything on video too, so that we know.
That's because something has happened to the child, and we are trying to like mitigate and find out what's going on in the best interest of the child. Throwing them into a room with porn is not like mitigating anything. All it's doing is curating more crazy shit.
Okay, you seem to have forgotten already how I described that it would draw a huge contrast between the porn that they have access to on the internet.
No, it wouldn't, because nothing here prevents the original problem, which is they look at shit parents tell them not to. That hasn't been mitigated at all. This actually has nothing to do with solving that problem.
This and how hard you can clutch your pearls. There's an actual.
I'm not clutching pearls. I'm not a moral person. I don't do ethical grandstanding. I do have a kid. I do wish you would come to Kansas City.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Sarah, where there's an actual gray zone of morality.
Look, we've been through this, Melanie. You'll talk to who, and when I decide you'll talk.
There's a gray zone of morality.
Melanie, are you listening to me? Melanie.
I have to respond to you.
Melanie, okay, well, do you want? You should say, please, sir, can I talk now?
Anything you say actually ever land? No. So, Sarah.
Melanie.
I want you to realize that
Melanie,
it is to help the kids. There's a moral gray zone when we realize that there's much more harm.
This Furby is bound and determined to get into
on the internet.
Listen, Furby.
You're all afraid of letting me finish. You're all afraid of hearing.
Oh, I don't want to see anybody finish anything at this point because you're all about letting people finish.
You're the ones who want it to be this way. Enjoy your fucking sexual fetishizations of these things because that's your problem, not the problem of the actual research.
There's a lot of things that I sexually fetishize, but this is not one of them.
Clutching your pearls. I'm very proud of you. Clutch them harder. It proves.
Don't tell me clutch anything harder ever again.
It proves that you don't understand how to actually help kids at the end of the day. All you can do is put things into moral buckets of absolutism where you put yourself at the high ground. You don't understand.
And close-minded.
You don't understand what the fuck you're talking about.
As a parent, yes, I will absolute the fucking
You're such a lame, Sarah. Why don't you just chill? Let's have fun with the kids, Sarah.
If your child gets porn addicted, that's on you, okay? Because you're probably not going to get them help.
They won't, because I shamed the fuck out of the concept before it even became a concept. No,
I think that I would feel shame if Sarah caught me looking at porn.
When their access to it is inevitable. Shame doesn't work when their access to it is inevitable.
Maybe shame would become a kink.
Furby.
It's an outdated parenting
Furby,
strategy.
you're not listening. You're not listening.
You don't think you think you're the only parent who tries shame?
You're not.
You see that 94% of
boys
you're not a parent. Pornography on the internet. 94%.
Listen, Furby, please listen to me. I'm going to ask so kindly and so patiently if you just listen for a second. Most parents, as a parent, you talk to them early on before they even ever have access to the fucking internet. You talk to them about private parts. Hold up, please. You talk to them about private parts, no zones, things that people do. Oh my God, let me finish the fucking sentence. You talk to them about all of these things early on, and you start drilling it in their head that these things.
And that doesn't work for 93% of boys.
How do you know that?
I posted the study in the chat. Researchers know this. People who actually are smarter than you on this.
Again, as somebody who's not a researcher, not a scientist, doesn't have kids, not a child, you have no reason to be so into children and porn.
No, I actually care about outcomes for kids because I think the next generation, I think the future generation is our best hope of not dying.
Arbiters asking how much to give Melanie melatonin I'm gonna say
$100.
$100 right now. I will boot the fuck out of this little Furby and boot it all the way home.
Go through the
Thank you,
coffee link.
Arbiter.
And
And
I'll
just
keep
reality,
talking
I'm
shit on it.
thinking It comes in with another $2. Sarah, what's this dude overall point? The overall point that Furby's trying to make.
Hide your children.
Hide your children. Hide your wives.
Yeah, I wish I had that clip
is
right.
that instead of shaming our children for watching porn and all of these other weird things,
already bad faith because I'm saying
I apologize. Children who have like, is it overly already overly?
Children, it's called when children go through puberty early and they get really horny, and we can't stop them from looking at porn because they're horny. Then we need to do studies to see if watching porn with them helps them choose better porn.
Always wrong. He's always wrong. So here, let me say it. It'd be nice if no one can interrupt me so that way the chat can be caught up.
All right, yeah, I'll mute.
So I want there to be a way to help kids in the extreme case where they're becoming porn addicted, and we need to intervene before it becomes worse. Because right now, 93% of boys and 63% girls report being exposed to internet pornography before the age of 18, according to Institute for Family Studies. All I want is for a treatment option to be studied to see if it can help kids avoid the temptation to keep looking at porn on the internet by putting them in a clinical setting where they would look at pornography alone. And the people who run these things are held very much accountable for how they treat these kids, such to avoid the chances that they can be sexually abused. Because I think anything that can help their outcomes in an era where internet pornography addiction is rampant is something that we need to look at as an option.
Arbiter
makes sense.
$2 says, Melanie, I'm telling Andrew. Well, Arbiter, Andrew was already here earlier. Unfortunately, this conversation decided to be had not long after Andrew had already jumped off. What a shame.
Thank you. I really appreciate being able to finish that time, and I will try to be more good
Holy
faith.
fuck. A million charities out there, and you choose this one, Furby.
No, I'm not choosing any. What are you talking about? Oh,
Well,
this charity. I see. Sorry. This is
This
mutual aid.
is your mission.
Neve chose this charity, if anything.
Do you guys mind if I say a quick word?
Go ahead, old Joe.
I'll even
Is there any way, so Furby, it'll take me about 45 seconds to say what I'm going to say. Is there any way I could do it without you cutting me off?
I literally just muted for you, bro.
Perfect. Okay, so if you listen to what Furby says, it's very, very typical Marxist thought. You should read somebody called Slavoj Zizek, and he talks about the big other. The reason that it's okay in Furby's mind if children are watching pornography is because they have somebody in a lab coat monitoring them. This is a very core part of the Marxist worldview, that the big other has moral authority over everyone and can't do any wrong. And you'll see it come back time and time again where this person refers to these activities as okay, as long as there's somebody that's recognized in a position of authority that's monitoring it. And it's exactly how you wind up with people in ovens. So, hey, thank you very much. I'm done.
You actually brought up an interesting thing.
You just killed the Jews, Melanie.
He actually brought up an interesting thing because a core tenet of Marxism is actually decentralization. And that puts me at odds with going directly through Marxism, because we lose a lot of institutions that are fundamental to scientific research. Now, not all Marxists want to see all institutions disappear. It's more about maybe being selected for some. I'm more on board with that, of course. But I think at the end of the day, having checks and balances on these things means a lot.
Are you a commie, Furby?
I'm post-communist. I'm what's known as a social ecologist. If you look at Murray Bookchin, he's written quite a few books.
And how do we find you guys and get rid of you? Like, what can we do about you collectively?
It's very
Can we give them to a psychologist and put them in a
I think
room?
that if we mix borax and sugar and water into a paste.
Did you learn that from the Nazis? Because you sound like one.
No, that's how you get rid of ants. It's how you get rid of ants.
I'm not even joking. That is the kind of shit Nazis would talk about.
No, it's how you get rid of ants. If you have ants, you mix those things together and they'll take it back to their hive.
This is true. Truth and reality undefeated comes up with a 5. Watching corn is natural. I think we go too far with the addiction word. I'm sure my 15-year-old's been watching corn for a few years, and I don't care.
No,
and
I
old
agree.
Joe is back for you.
Yeah,
I just want to be honest.
One last one before you go back. Arbiter comes in with a $2. I found Destiny's.
No, Destiny hates me. Find me in his manifesto, by the way. Joe, can I quickly respond to the first super chat and then let you go?
I'll go quicker than that.
No, please. Just because, it's on the screen right now.
Melanie, shut the fuck up. It's not your turn. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah.
No, I was asking.
I just wanted to reply to the Marxist comment. You all know that you're looking at somebody who didn't know what a double-blind study was, right? So that same thing applies to the explanation that this person just offered about Marxism.
I love that you guys have convinced yourself that I don't know what a double-blind study is. That's fucking cute. You're also like circle jerky.
What's a placebo?
Oh no, kids are watching the stream.
What's a placebo?
A placebo is when you administer a treatment that has two different states, one where the treatment is meant to be possibly effective and one where it has no chance of effectiveness. This can be done either through applying treatment to somebody who doesn't have an ailment, but more commonly is through the administration of the treatment itself.
How does it apply to your porn example that you gave?
So again, we can have kids look at porn and something that's not porn, but maybe like erotic, and then we can see the differences and whether or not they reported wanting to look at internet pornography again.
So they're looking at two different things and they realize they are.
We'd have two different groups, yeah, the placebo group and the non-placebo
One
group.
would be looking at one thing and one would be looking at another. They wouldn't be under the impression that they were receiving the same thing.
I don't understand what you mean.
Of course you don't, because you don't know what a placebo is. Thank you
They
very
wouldn't
much.
under the
Well, a
impression.
placebo, let me explain it to you. If I give, let's say you and I have entered into a scientific study and they're giving us this magical pill that's supposed to cure everything, except one of us is getting a placebo, the other is getting the actual treatment. A placebo would be like if I'm getting the one that actually does nothing, that is the
Sugar
placebo.
pills.
It's, yeah, sugar pills. It's meant to make you believe you're getting something, but you don't know if you're getting the right thing or not. Whereas the actual medication would be what you would get, and then you would be treated, and then they want to test for the effects on me to see if they're like, to confirm that there are no changes, right? It's the you have a variable and then you have your constant, right? And like I would be the constant. I would be like, if we give her nothing, if we both have the same illness, I give her nothing and there are no changes, that confirms that the placebo is for me to confirm that I am the constant, there are no changes, whereas you are undergoing this. So we're confirming there's a timeline, right? Like maybe we start to get better, we both
And
start
it
to
works
get better.
because the pill just looks like a pill, right?
Right.
Okay,
So
no.
you're made to believe that you're receiving the treatment, whereas in your instance, they're not
No.
receiving an actual
A
placebo
treatment.
because
A
the
treatment.
treatment is not even the same. Like there is,
They're made to believe they're receiving a treatment. They don't know what the treatment is in the double blind.
but it's not. It's not the same actual thing.
Okay,
Like
may
if they give us both a
can I
pill, we're
just
both
point something out,
taking a
please?
pill that looks the same,
I'm going to
right?
try to alleviate your confusion by pointing out the reason that we do this, to be very specific, is there's something called type 1 and type 2 errors, and you can only debunk a type 2 error, and I'm not going to explain what it is because it takes a
Well,
while.
then how do we know if you're telling the truth? What are they?
Go look it up. So
No,
you can only debunk a
we're having
type 2 error.
I don't know what it is. I guarantee tons of the audience doesn't know what it is, and you can't skip over it because you're about to use it to make a point.
Something real, you can look it up. You can
No,
only
I'm
debunk-
not going to. You need to explain it or else you lose the point.
How about I finish my point? And if you're still confused with what my actual point is, you can get held up on that.
I'm held up right here.
No, because you don't know what I'm actually trying to say. You
You
only
don't know what a
debunk
placebo is. Why the fuck are we acting like you're any sort of a real participant in this?
error with a placebo because otherwise it's unfalsifiable that they were just responding to the treatment.
Okay, what is a type 1 and a type 2 error?
Type 1 error is a false positive where you think you have a positive, but you actually have a negative. Type 2 error is a false negative where you think you have a positive, but it's actually... Oh, wait, no, sorry. No, I said it backwards.
You're trying to read too fast, aren't you?
No, I hate you. Type 1 error. Type 1 error is what I meant when I was saying the thing. I sometimes confuse the two because honestly, I'm not a researcher. I don't deal with these concepts every day.
No shit, you're not. You're just a
I'm
pedophile who wants to watch
scientifically literate
bullshit.
because my mentor taught me to be scientifically literate.
You're not that thing. You don't know what a placebo is.
I do.
Because old Joe just explained it to you. Get the fuck out of here with this shit.
Okay. You're just mad that someone's smarter than you, like naturally smarter.
There's other
Arbiter
people that
comes
are
in
smarter
with
than
$2. Google it argument. Thank you,
I didn't have
Arbiter.
to even Google it. I was just letting people
you're
know. If you
making
want
the
me
Google
to make my
argument to me.
point instead of us getting held up in the weeds, let me finish and then ask your question.
Don't let all these details stop me from fucking your children.
I think it's pretty natural. Like when people are scientifically communicating, you want to be expedient. Is that what
This
you feel?
isn't scientific. This is perverted, is what it is.
Yeah, you could essentially you could call anything scientific if you're doing a study on it, but that doesn't mean we should be doing the study on it.
Just write down what happened in science.
I don't think you have a valid basis for not doing the study. If there is still a valid basis that it could help children.
I don't think that would help cure children.
Based on what?
I feel based on what? Based on when we say
not understood how most
when you
people
shame your child for harming somebody, hurting somebody's feelings, drinking alcohol, doing something stupid, getting a bad grade, to a degree of shaming, right? I'm not saying you're scolding them and calling them a piece of shit, but you're saying do better next time, right? You're holding your child to an expectation. Shut up for a fucking minute. You're holding your child to an expectation to meet your moral values and principles. Okay, you are holding them to that standard. In your case, you're just saying, you know what? You're a total fucking loser, and let's promote it. All right, let's just sit around watching all the fucking porn we can. Actually, I'm going to put you in a room completely by yourself with nothing else in that room. Here's what a good placebo would be. You put them in a room where there might just so happen to be if the internet available, and maybe see what they do with that. But that, like, even that, you're kind of pushing it. But like, it doesn't make sense. Like, the whole concept of your study doesn't make sense. And not only that, but it goes against all parental standings. The whole concept of being a fucking
you can't speak
parent.
for all parents.
Yes, I can.
No, you
because
can't.
three of
Okay,
them
then I
come
have a
up
question.
here
Sure, I
and
have a
speak
serious
for
everyone on
everyone.
stage, just fine so far.
You didn't answer my question last time. I really want you to answer. Do you think 93% of people who parent boys are not shaming their boys away from the internet? Because we know from studies that 93% of boys self-report to be exposed to internet pornography before the age of 18, with the average age of first exposure being 12 years old. The source is in the side chat.
Yeah, they probably all have big brothers and
They were always
and
kids
friends, and they probably didn't even know they were looking at porn. They
So
probably
all
just
I'm
checked
saying-
yes on the box, thinking like, I
your
don't know.
intentions are
probably.
good. Your
What I'm
intentions are
saying,
good.
what
but
I'm saying is, even at that,
it's not
why
good
would we want to give them more?
your intentions are good, but it's
Why
not
would
enough.
we want to make
It's
it? Why
not
would
just
we
more.
want to
Sarah, this
put
is
them
you're
in a
strong
padded
me
room
again.
and
There's
say,
literally
no?
no
You're
reason
missing my
to-
argument again. I'm not just
this would
saying
help.
more. I'm saying we're going to give them better pornography.
That's an imaginary
What
concept.
if they were watching softcore
imaginary,
porn to
Felicity, you're
begin
stupid.
with?
What is good porn?
I don't want the
Let me answer this for the fourth time. Let me answer this for the fourth time, because Flow State just can't learn any new tricks. So better pornography is pornography where we don't objectify women, that isn't commodified, and that teaches.
Oh yeah, that's right. I
that
forgot
actually is a proper simulacrum of real bedroom kind of
You might
interaction.
not eat your ass. Yeah, I forgot. We went through this. You're done.
Yeah, you don't want to read that, Junior. Get this. This is the good stuff. This has got the full thing here. Great.
Yeah, that's what the creepy uncle does in today's society.
That's you.
That's what I envision your double blind study going like.
Well, then you don't understand how scientific settings operate.
Oh, I understand.
Just because you say something, because you use the word scientific, doesn't mean you're not a pedophile.
I've actually been a part of some studies, so I do have at least like that perspective.
Just because you watch porn with kids doesn't mean that you're a scientist.
They had to deal with my poop.
Okay, hold on. This is getting good now. So did they do a double blind poop study? Like you had your real poop and then the other poop wasn't real poop at all?
It was terrible poop.
For this
Cancer
study,
poop.
it was in the later stages, so we were actually aware of what the trial was in this case.
How much corn?
Yeah,
was in
exactly.
the poop? Was it good corn or was it bad corn? Corn.
It was like for me, I was homeless, so I was only getting the worst corn.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Is that when you got, the thing happened to you that made you the way you are?
No.
When did that happen? Before then?
Speaking to people like you.
The trip one comes with the $5. They should use the stream as material if they experiment. LOL. No, parents aren't the only people with a say. Some are bad. Science will evolve. Yes, I do recognize not all parents are good parents. But the majority that I believe, or at least all the parents I've interacted with, if they saw their kid watching porn, there would be a whole fucking conversation as to why we don't watch porn and why this is not healthy for you.
Let me genuinely ask, because I don't know what
Before the record, I do approve of any adult women who want to masturbate to me on the stream. I'm fine with it. I don't have a real deal.
Okay, just like because I'm trying to think of what you would say and I can't, Sarah. So I'm curious. Like, if there was a say your child had some weird puberty thing, and there was a study of people who were studying issues with puberty,
would you let them fuck it?
And there was no other treatment available. Let's say like, at the moment you're trying to find.
Man, we have to have sex with your child.
They don't know how to treat it, and there's only the study that's trying to find a way to treat it. Would you be comfortable letting your child?
Because my child hit puberty a little sooner and got a little.
I'm not just saying that. There's all sorts of
sooner.
things. I'm being hypothetical, and I'm not trying to be explicit.
What is okay? What
just any sort of abnormality.
I want further explanation. What is the harm? What is the harm of hitting puberty sooner and having these feelings sooner? What is the harm that this child is going to go through that will cause me to feel like I need to find a solution?
My answer is I think the same answer that you would say to what is the harm of them seeing pornography at earlier and earlier ages, which is happening more and more from one generation to the next. And all I'm saying is I want an intervention method that could actually work at the end of the day.
All those people are having fun and you're not invited. Fuck it.
So the kid hits puberty sooner and gets.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't addressing the puberty thing yet. I was still addressing. You sort of made 2 points, right? So I was addressing the last point first. Okay, sorry, I'll address the puberty thing now, and if you want to, maybe the second part will come up again. With the puberty thing and the hypersexualization, we find that kids feel alienated from their peers, so they can't talk about what they're going through, and they often feel a bit of extra shame just for being like that, which means that they are less likely to seek help, which leads to worse medical outcomes for them oftentimes because we can't treat this sort of thing. But also, we find that they tend to do experience seeking, which means trying to have sex as early as possible, much earlier than their peers, which might make for some very uncomfortable settings if they get their information on how to act from pornography on the internet.
Well, I know that when I was a child and I found porn, it did nothing to delay the age at which I tried to have sex. There's not nothing about your suggestions past the sniff test.
Wait, so you said that you looked at porn as a child, right? Can I just ask you that?
Yes.
How do you know what your outcomes would have been had you not?
No, I'm saying that I did. Hold on.
I did not watch any porn as a kid, by the way.
I'm not saying I watched it. I like found magazines and shit. It was not, but nothing like.
Well, I think magazines are better for one thing. Like magazines, very much.
That's good porn now.
No, that's better. I didn't say good. Sarah, calm the fuck down. Stop trying to miss. So, because with magazines, like you get one magazine, right? And you go from front to back, and then that's it. You can't go down deeper rabbit holes more than that magazine. But the internet, you can get links to other websites that are just inherently worse content-wise. Right.
But if I give a kid a magazine, that problem's still over there.
I mean, if we're talking about like the objectification of women, commodification, and just not having healthy attitudes towards sex,
I don't think objectification of women is actually nearly the problem that objectification of children is.
Okay, but
you're proposing to reduce a milder harm.
So which is better, the milder harm or the creepy uncle giving them that magazine behind your back as a parent? Because that's what creepy uncles do.
Wait, so this is our A or B option now. Either or else what? So
I'm just saying, like one's better than the other.
Your hypotheticals don't work.
All
of them are set up.
You can't even get what I'm saying.
You're giving binary situations in which
you can't tell me that my hypotheticals don't work. You can't even get them.
Or else something worse is going to happen. I know you can think of a zillion worse.
If you raise your child properly, when the weird uncle gives you that dirty magazine, that child is probably going to bring that magazine to you as the parent and say, "Mom, Dad, Uncle Weirdo gave me this magazine. I don't know what it is. Like I don't know. It scares me. I don't know what's in here."
That's not what we see 93%.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree on that. I don't think that you can expect kids to really do that.
No,
I mean,
but what I'm saying is like
the whole thing
it's not an end all be all in terms of like, oh well, the worst thing that could happen is your weird uncle gives you this magazine. No, there's a 10 million other words.
But what we can definitely say is that having random stranger adults watch porn with your kids.
One of those cigarettes. I want one of those cigarettes, please.
Here you go.
Thank you.
I just feel like I'm being reasonable because I'm not even saying that's the worst.
You're not being reasonable. You're not.
Can you tell me one of my points without missing? I dare you.
No, there's no way. Hold on. What you're asking me to do is steel man your absurd position in a way that sounds less absurd. I'm not going to do your work for you.
So you can't debunk it either because you can only be wrong about my positions.
Okay. All right, guy, you're exhausting.
Yeah.
I've only been through one can of Coke this whole time.
That's not a can of Coke. So can we drop the Furby? And I'm going to wrap up first, but like I'm distracted as long as this thing is here trying to look for children to watch porn with it.
Oh,
yeah,
goodness.
literally, that's all in your head. You're the fucked up one. I couldn't demonstrate it better myself.
All right, let's wrap up.
Okay.
It's 3 a.m. All right, Furby, last final thoughts, please.
I can't wait to hear what you all say with it when I'm not longer around to correct you because I just, Rachel's okay. Johnny, you didn't say much, so this doesn't apply to you. Sarah, you've been at least decent to talk to, even though you always haven't been right about my points. But, I think we got somewhere with some of this. And Flow State, go fuck yourself. It's not about anything trying to sexualize kids or anything. If you think that your mind might be in the gutter, there's just better ways to handle our current epidemic of internet pornography addiction, especially among the potential of youth, than to just say, well, we can just shame them out of doing it because we see that doesn't work. So be open-minded. Don't be a pro-clutching prude. Have a good night. And donate because remember, we're helping Crispy Treat. Just pretend I'm still there. Donate the $100 to ban me. Sarah can ban me on the next panel if that happens. I just want to help Crispy. That's the only reason I kept the energy up all night because Sarah secretly told me to. Okay, good night.
Night, Furby.
Night, Furby. Johnny, final thoughts.
Well, after my first panel here, I'm thoroughly traumatized. Thank you.
Welcome to the
Sure, this is going to get clipped to my friends at some point in time. So
That's
also
hilarious.
appreciate that. But no, it's a hoot. I appreciate you for letting me on, Sarah, and the panel for being entertaining as they are. Watched you guys for a while, and I appreciate you. So
Thank you.
and I hope Crispy gets well soon. So with that, I hope everyone gets right with God and has a great night.
Wonderful. Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate you stopping by. Have a good one. Woo. I feel like I just had did a crazy workout or something. I am mentally and physically exhausted now.
It's a workout.
Yeah, there wasn't even one we could brag about. All right, Rachel, to you.
All right, so crazy night. Nonsense topic, obviously. I mean, but this is liberalism. This is, and I don't want to shit on. There's a human being there behind that little crazy little bird thing.
Not if it comes to Kansas City.
But it's really, it's a bad ideology, right? And it's dangerous. It's got danger written all over it. You don't, just because the kid has a proclivity that way, you don't encourage it. You don't try and channel it. Oh, don't read the poor porn or the crap porn. Get the good stuff. This has got the bottom shots that you want, Junior. So this is just it's nonsense. I don't think it's right. Yeah, Kai, coming from another troon. What's a troon? Like a tranny? Is that what you're saying it is? Anyway, whatever you think. I don't care, man. I wear my own mental illness, and that's what I think it is. It's my own psychology. And I'm not saying it's right or anything. I enjoy Andrew Wilson. He was fun to talk to and get some stuff there. It might be the oldest troon I've seen. Yeah, I'm 60.
I thought you handled that very well, too.
Yeah, that was great.
What's
You and
that?
Andrew, he sent shots.
You
and
handled
just
that yeah.
Yeah, that was like a pro style.
Well, it's not, I'm an old tranny, so, it's not my first trip around the park. But, the deal is that everybody fetishizes shit. Who cares if I'm a tranny or whatever? That's my own psychology. I have to deal with it. I thought they were Rachel Levine for the longest. Rachel Levine, holy fuck, talk about something to scare some kids straight off of porn. Rachel Levine will do it in a heartbeat. But anyway, that's the whole deal, man. It's a great show. Sarah, always love coming on. Crispy is a doll. We love her when she's on my program. And we wish her well. She's got some real health issues. She's battling here. And Flo, I'm a fan. I always enjoy you. And I thought Neve did really well tonight, too. So props to Neve. But Sarah, love you. Great show. Be good to each other panel. And you can set me up. I'm on every day for 3 hours at a time. And I'm coming out. I'm going to be in there 6 o'clock. So 6 hours from now, I'll be on the air on my channel. Rachel's Ghost, it's called. There's a story behind that, too. Anyway, and Jade, I love Jade. Jade is an incredible talent. She does music and everything. She's very good. And that'll be it for me, I guess, Sarah. Thanks for allowing me on.
Wonderful. Thank you, Rachel. We'll see you bright and early in the morning, although I might sleep in a little bit.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that. Take care, everybody. Have a great night. Bye for now.
Bye, Rachel.
Thank God all the trans are gone, huh?
Man, I just was going to kind of wing tonight on some drama streams and laugh at that and roll with the punches. I didn't expect it to actually happen here tonight. I thought everyone was going to be positive and uplifting because it's for Crispy and they were all just going to be cool. Earlier on, everything was just cool and cordial and everyone was just keeping it cool because it was for a good cause. And then that left very quickly.
Yeah, you can never really predict where these panels are going to land.
I was not expecting to be talking about that tonight.
Is what I figured out. I can't.
We were in such a constructive and productive conversation early on, between the religion stuff and all of these different things. I'm like, wow, what a great conversation we're having. And then it just went to the trash can real quick.
If I were Andrew, I would have somebody go around behind me and make conversations terrible so people are left going, you know what, that was great when Andrew was there. So I think it's time to, I think what we have here is we've discovered that Andrew has trannies helping him that he sends around to panels. Andrew's army of trannies. We'll work the kinks out of the room where we're starting.
And shout out to Ivan coming up with the 25. Happy soon weekend, Sarah. Yeah, but see, weekends still aren't weekends for me because between everything else I have going on, my weekends are not slow and relaxing at all. Arbiter coming in with the $2. Was it hard poop or soft, better poop?
Arbiter. That's the one that God hates, right? Or Andrew hates, yep.
Is he? Shout out to the S tier Andrew. I think Arbiter's actually an Andrew fan because he showed up not long after the Undead Chronic debate. And Ivan coming in with the 59, Crispy. We love our Crispy. And Firm Audits coming in with the $3 super sticker. Thank you, Firm. And Arbiter, one last shot. Tomatoes, you can be A tier, but not S tier. No, I will never be a super amazing debater. It's just not. I hate debating. I hate conflict. I hate controversy. I hate yelling at people. And I fucking hate having to mom all of you motherfuckers all the time, but I secretly kind of love momming all of you. Kind of makes me feel good about myself in some weird way. But anyway, so far we've totaled out on super chats this evening, $455. That means Crispy's getting somewhere around $225 and some change in there. And then from the cash apps, we had $40, $20, $20, $30. Does that still leave us at $110? And then another $15 from Mel on the Buy Me a Coffee. I think Flow State on your next stream you have to get finish off the 100. You're muted.
Oh, I didn't make the 100.
I don't think so.
Well, so how much?
Because 40 plus 20.
You can get back.
60,
I don't need
70,
it right
80,
this instant,
90.
You've got tired tomato eyes.
100, 110.
You want to do math?
125. Yeah, 125. I'm very tired. I've been. When I say I had a long day today, like it was nonstop, but it's okay. It was for the cause. God damn it. That's what we're here for.
Okay, so what's the total cash app things? Did you have that?
Yeah, I think it was like 125.
Or do you want to give it to me later?
Unless Crispy, did you get any cash apps come in? Let us know whatever.
I've already started the next live.
Oh, that's fair.
I've already started live. I'm gonna jump over. My people automatically redirect over here if you want to stay on Sarah's while she yawns a few more times. Her link is pinned in the title of the video. And something else. Oh yeah, you fuckers gonna have some explaining to do why you didn't get the full 100% match on me. That's shameful. This was great though. Thanks for inviting me.
Well, I guess that means we have to split it then, Flo.
Split what?
Well, we'll just split the difference. We split what the total that came in was.
First 100, second.
You said you'd match 100.
We'll see. I said specifically.
How much to match? El Pero wants to know. I think it's like $75 more dollars, but that was on either Cash App or the coffee link. It has to go through either one of those. That's what we are.
There's a lot of people who sent a lot of money through super chats instead of doing it where they could get the match.
Exactly. Yeah. So the incentive, El Pero, is to get people to either Cash App Crispy directly, Cash App Flow State, Cash App me, or hit the Buy Me a Coffee link and go through there. And whatever comes in on those direct feeds, Flow State and I are matching the first $200 of it. But then also on top of that, Crispy
I'll match the second 100.
Oh, shut the fuck up. And then Crispy Street is also getting half of the super chats tonight. So anything that came in via super chats, Crispy's getting half of that. As of now, we're up to $457 total. So she will receive half of that. So yeah, but you guys have to send Crispy a super chat for $75, and then that means we have to make Flow State match the full 100, and he can pay up like a little fucking bitch.
Yeah, and I'm gonna want to see a screenshot of it. What time is it? If I don't get proof from Crispy that she has received $75 in the next 15 minutes, so by 2:31 Central Time, then she's not getting the full match. And you guys know I will be that big of a douchebag. I'm not throwing out incentives to not hold on to it. But I gotta go. My stream started. Thank you.
Bye, bitch.
Excellent stream.
Oh yeah, get the fuck out of here. Bye. Oh wait, Prancess came in with another 10. Somebody go over to Flow State's chat and let him know. Oh wait, you're still back here. Hey, Prancess just donated.
Hey, bitch,
10.
I'm leaving.
Hi. Frances just donated another 10 to the Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you so much, Frances. We appreciate you. He said, for Crispy. See, this is what a community does, right? When somebody is in need, when we're, I was just explaining this to my daughter today because she had a moment, right? And I was trying to explain to her, I said, hey, look, we're not always going to be 100%. None of us are. We have days when we're tired or we're distracted or we forget or we're this or that or we're just incapable. And this is why it's incredibly important to have people around us who can help support us on those days. And then we get back to our 100%. And then in turn, we can now turn and be 100% for somebody else. It's incredibly important. That's what a support network is for. It takes a village, community, all of these gay things, right? Let's just all that cliche crap that you have to say. I even felt cliche trying to explain this to the bratty tomato today, but she understood it and she got it, So anyways, go fucking donate all your money to Crispy Treat. All right, her Cash App link is being dropped. Nightbot's got it going left and right. Or hit the Buy Me a Coffee. That'll still be available because it's always in my channel, my video description, the Buy Me a Coffee app. So even if you're catching this later and you want to contribute, please do. We will just continue. You write in for Crispy. We're just going to continue the love train here. So let's do it. Let's make it work for Crispy. She's getting a good chunk of change. She's getting like $230 from Super Chat. She's getting $100 from me personally. And then whatever the Cash Apps that came in, those obviously, like she's getting the $25 total that came in on the Buy Me a Coffee. Whatever Flo got Cash App to him, he's sending that to Crispy. So we probably raised like $500 tonight. So this is what a community is for. I love you guys. Don't call me an Andrew hater. You got it, Arbiter. Thank you. I love you all. And fuck off.